Welcome to the CEO's blog for this week, and what a week it's been. Every time we talk about the highlights, but some of the highlights through this last 7 days have been quite interesting and quite rewarding for a number of people in our sport. We kicked off the week last Tuesday when Grant Forrest recorded a fantastic trifecta in the Trotters race at Menangle. Ash Grives and Amy Rees took out a double also on Wednesday night at Bathurst, and when we're talking about doubles, Scotty Hewitt had a double at Penrith. Quite interestingly, at Menangle on Friday evening, which was a transferred Bankstown meeting, he's perfectly ideal. One for Joe and Mary Rando and Jimmy Douglas. And what was so fantastic about that? Well, it was fantastic for those punters who landed the 150-1 shot as their favourite in the race. Newcastle on Saturday night, and Clayton Harmey and Blake Hughes got a treble, and Roy Roots and Tom Ison had a double. At Menangle on Saturday, we saw We Have Been Boppin', a champion for the future, surely, 150.6, now trained by Shane Sanderson and driven by Cameron Hart, won a heat of the MO Championship at Menangle. Also that night, Blake Fitzpatrick showed what he can do. He does it week in, week out, and that's train young trotters to be the future stars of our sport. And Blake landed, with only 3 runners in the Trotters, 2-year-old Trotters Foundation final, landed that trifecta. On the same night, the J.D. Watts Memorial, the time-honoured J.D. Watts Memorial, was run at Menangle. Normally run at Fairfield, but since the Fairfield lease ended and the council took that property back, Menangle has taken over this wonderful race. And for Pocketed Terror and Kevin Hayes, what a great win. Sunday at Parkes, Laura Ruston, and wasn't it good to see racing back at Parkes? Laura Ruston landed the first winner of the day in JT's hat. That was also Laura Ruston's first winner as a driver. 16-year-old Laura is still in year 11 at Parkes High School, and she just loves her harness racing. And around the week off at Menangle on Monday afternoon, Philip Willis. Now, Philip, 71 years of age, he landed a very young Bentley Bullet, a winner also. So to Phil and Kay, congratulations on landing a winner. You're diehards in this industry, people that stay in the industry all the way through, and congratulations on where you are. Now, the biggest highlight of the week must be the OAM awarded to Colin Watts. Colin is just an absolute gentleman of the industry. On that Queen's Birthdays honours list, there would have been no more deserving recipient than Colin Watts, OAM. He's an accomplished trainer driver, including the win of Yamamoto in the 1966 Trotters Inter-Dominion final in Sydney. He's the father, the founding father of the Fairfield Club. An absolute gentleman who always has placed the best interest of the industry at large first, rather than what was best for himself or his really loved Fairfield. An icon and living legend of the New South Wales harness racing industry. To you, Colin, congratulations, you really deserve it. The entire industry, I can assure you, was thrilled with this honour that was bestowed upon you. As it appears, we're pulling out of all the restrictions that were placed on us through this COVID-19 pandemic, but we've still got a little way to go. We must still remember we've got to practice our protocols. The government still enforces those. We must practice our social distancing. The government is still enforcing those. And also, we always must be observant of hygiene measures. We saw Parkes come back. We've seen Leeton come back. We will see Young come back shortly, and also Dubbo. So we're reopening the state and some of these tracks, but there's a lot of work goes into the protocols that you have to put on for a race meeting. So to those clubs who are doing a wonderful job with getting us back, I congratulate you and I thank you on behalf of the industry, but we've still got to be a little bit patient. This Saturday we'll see horses from out of the region, the metropolitan region, coming back to Menangle on Saturday night. By July 1, the regions will be open. But as I say, and I say it again and again, we must be observant of those protocols. So as we take this forward, there is many more things that we need to do. We've already released the Breeders' Challenge dates for the postponed series, which will have the finals on the 24th of October. Trots New South Wales those finals have to be built into that program as well, and that'll happen in the next few days. The regional finals and the Blue Series finals, those dates will be coming also. So be aware, but it's the main series, the major series that we're concentrating on now, so that you can have your horses ready for those races. And to close the blog this week, I'd like to thank all those people who put in submissions towards the Breeders' Challenge and Trot New South Wales review. Thank you. Harness Racing New South Wales will go through those. We'll carefully analyse what was submitted and see where we can go with the Trot New South Wales and the Breeders' Challenge series going forward. But whilst they're closed, the other review that we're undertaking right at this time is the prize money difference between Category A and Category B meetings. We have already received some submissions. Some of those are quite open with what they wish. It's your opportunity to make your point. So please, as a club, as a participant, as an association, please put in a submission. They close next Monday, the 15th of June. I'm looking forward to receiving those. So once again, Harness Racing New South Wales can go through and see what your thoughts are and come up with a strategy to take us forward. That's the CEO's blog for this week. Thank you very much for your attention, and we're looking forward to more highlights coming up in this next week of racing.